So this week we saw a news of oil crisis, and so many of the indices are down. So if we see, most of the emerging market, that is down, and it has corrected from the high about 10.67%. And even most of the developed market are also down. Developed market are also down for about 5.71%. So yes, emerging market are down much more when compared to developed market. When we are considering the S&P 500 in this, the S&P 500 has corrected of about 5.3%, and it and many traders were hoping that it would get a support near the 150 EMA, but they didn't get, and it broke yesterday on the Friday night, on the Thursday and Friday night. So the structure is now broken, and we are seeing a consecutive lower lows and lower highs also. If there is any bounce that we can expect, it can be from the 20 EMA from here, and I expect nothing but to bounce from 200 EMA and back here. If this euphoria continues about the crude and Iran US Israel talks, then S&P might take a retest and come down again. But if the things get solved, the indices might move into the triangular back. When we talk about Indian markets are not looking much good. They are very low. It broke out of the triangle of highly volatile regime, and it's making continuously lower lows. It has came down nearly 13% and is very near to its previous pivot point of 21,950. For now, we can only expect some kind of dead cat bounce, but there is no price in expecting the things. Unless the structure is broken, we can only expect lower lows formation or some sideways action. This action is mostly due to the increase in the price of crude oil, because India is a heavy importer of crude oil and its economy depends upon the crude oil and natural gas. But only one country which has not taken any hit due to this is Norway. The Norway index is still above 10 EMA. It is still trading above 10 EMA. It has shown exceptional strength somehow. So I think this might be a, if the things go in the right direction, we might see some kind of tightness happening, and then eventually a breakout or breakdown. But yes, most probably a breakout. So let's see if there is more days of tightness or not in Norway. And yes, Norway seems promising. When we talk about gold, gold is now not performing much well, and this Iran war, this geopolitical risk. In this kind of geopolitical risk, gold and silver both are getting weaker. It shows that the sentiments are high. People think that there is a risk, but they are not hedging this risk with gold or silver. Silver is too much weak, a lot weak, because it is trading below the 50 EMA. Silver is trading below 50 EMA. When we look at here, it has traded multiple times. Here it was taking some support at 50 EMA, but now it is not taking any support, which shows signs of weaknesses. So I would not trade any kind of longs in silver or gold yet. Silver is much weak. Gold, on the other hand, can we can say that it's not that weak because it is taking support at 50s, and here it is not at 50 now also. So yes, gold is much better in shape, much better when compared to silver. But yes, the structure wise, it has now forming higher lows, sorry, lower highs and lower lows. A recent swing was also broken and it is now performing lower lows. So gold and silver both are underperforming. And same story is for copper. Copper is nothing but it is forming some kind of sideways movement and it's not worth to trade inside it. On the other hand, US oil, that is crude oil, made a good move of around 72% from the day the news arrived, and it also corrected of about 35% till here, $76, and then it has slowly moved up. So this move is nothing but a euphoria, some kind of correction, and then here. So I think that crude will now do nothing but it is just it will just try to maintain some kind of sideways action in order to absorb the volatility. It can be anywhere also, but for now crude has made a top and it has defined its risk point. So there was some sellers at 119 or 20 we can say, and if the prices went here then we can see those sellers again. They might sell again here, so the price may dip from here if the crude goes to here. Yes, when talking about the commodities section, crude is much more in strength when compared to gold and silver, because in this geopolitical risk people are hedging from crude oil, not from precious metal, as precious metals are making lower highs and lower lows. And Bitcoin, on the other hand, is showing some sign of awakening. Bitcoin has moved up. It is trying to make higher lows, just as it tried here. And but the thing was, the prices didn't sustain and came inside the channel, and then it went down. Now it is its second time it is trying to do, and let's see if this will work this time or not. For now, last time also Bitcoin has closed above 50 EMA but couldn't breach the 150 EMA. This time also today it has been trying to breach the 50 EMA before the US opens, and let's see if it sustains above it or just comes back again down. If there are any signs of coming down, it may go in the channel or it may retest the 150 EMA. So if Bitcoin makes some tightening action here at near 150 or near 200, any point, if there is some kind of tightening action and then it makes a move, it would be a worthy thing to watch. The move can come in both directions, but yes, as sentiments are not about positive about taking risk, sentiments are now more about taking lower risk. So the movement might be capped towards upside and it would be more towards the downside. This can also be interpreted from the dollar index. Dollar index has been strengthening. When we see the monthly chart of dollar, there has been some instances such as 2008, 2011, 2021, and now I think this might be the another term of 2025 that we might see some kind of up move from here towards the upper channel, and this might be the revival of the dollar. Many countries are against dollar. We know that many countries hope that there is a process of de-dollarization and there are negative sentiments against dollar, and it's not too good positive sentiments. So I kind of am hoping that the reverse will come true and dollar will revive from here itself. For this, I will particularly look at some signs, and one of them is the breakage of the structure of lower lows. We know that it is forming lower lows. It has broken out of it, and let's see. And there was a tight action here also. If you look, there was a tight action before the resistance, and then it broke out. And now we have to wait for a structure of higher lows. If it comes to reset, it forms higher lows and higher highs. Then we can say that dollar index will revive and it will go against most of the sentiments around the world. So that's all for this week analysis, and let's see what happens to the oil trade, which everyone might be seeing. I hope that if there are some kind of positive news on the geopolitical thing, the oil might go like sideways to just absorb the volatility. And if there is not any kind of positive news, then this thing might happen at the upside. Volatility is too much high, so absorption of volatility is highly possible. So let's see how the news folds and also how the dollar reacts in making a new structure.